Hello and bienvenidos to the Olive Press Weekly News Roundup. I am Joshua James Parfitt, Costa Blanca reporter for Spain's most read English news website. And what a week it has been. Today we shall be looking at three main stories, namely the world's first cocaine submarine from Colombia, the massive corruption scandal in Andalusia, which is also known as el caso R, and finally the power of the English press in Spain. Yes, in this day and age of declining print numbers, proliferation of online news networks, and the sensory overload of social media, we, the Olive Press, have made a difference. The case concerned a stop sign painted on the floor of a village near to Galicia and Denia, expat hotspots on the Costa Blanca, which instead of reading stop, the internationally recognised command to bring one's vehicle to a halt, the sign read SOTP. It was SOTP. And yes, you, the readers, after publishing our story, came up with a raft of brilliant ideas that did actually justify this translation blunder. One commentator said it could have read sod off to pedestrians, another said sod off to tourist plonkers, and another one said it could have been an acronym for stop on the painted line. Another one said it could be for dyslexic drivers, a good point, as newspapers are not generally inclusive to the dyslexic reader, but so risible was the spelling blunder we reported on that it even made the Spanish press. And lo and behold, within a day, the road sign was corrected. The Olive Press, investigating the biggest and most pressing stories concerning you, the expat community. But on a serious note, over the years, we, Olive Press journalists, have reported on a cornucopia of cocaine stories. We've had cocaine hidden in bananas, avocados, lemons, cars, lorries, cement, stomachs, and other bodily parts which we can't name on air. But never in the history of crime journalism have we seen this: a transatlantic cocaine submarine. Would it have made the Beatles proud? Who knows? But the 20-metre clandestine submersible had travelled 4,778 miles from South America before it was spotted off the coast of Portugal in November, with more than 100 million euros of Colombia's finest on board. Policía Nacional in Galicia have now succeeded in arresting 2 Ecuadorians on board, whilst another is on the run in Poland. And the world has this week been privileged to see inside this most peculiar craft and its singularly illegal cargo. Yes, you thought that the drugs trade was underground in Spain, but now, ladies and gentlemen, it's underwater. Finally, our third story of this week is the sentencing of what has been dubbed as one of the biggest corruption scandals in modern Spanish history. It particularly bruised the Spanish Socialist Workers' Party, a.k.a. the PSOE, who, keen political readers will remember, were drafted into power following the crumbling of Mariano Rajoy's Popular Party over yet another high-level corruption scandal to hit Spain. But this, which has been called the caso R, involved 680 million euros of government funds intended for laid-off workers, which instead were allegedly diverted to friends, family and acquaintances of high-ranking officials between 2000 and 2009. 507 people came under scrutiny for 9 years in what is Spain's most complicated ever court case. The list of crimes and irregularities stretched to 2 million pages. Now, the scandal that began a decade ago when the Sevilla-based food wholesaler Sevilla underwent a collective dismissal procedure, which is also known as the acronym ERE in Spain, now has reached its final sentencing procedure. So the police discovered during this investigation that individuals had received early retirement payments from the government despite never having worked there. Judges noted that 85% of the money was used legitimately, but the leftovers remain a shocking abuse of government power for money that should have gone to people laid off due to political changes wrought by the very same beneficiaries of this scheme. So the ruling has very much damaged the PSOE party and ruined faith in democracy in a region scarred for decades by corruption scandals. There is a lack of trust that will not be restored for decades, is what Teresa Rodriguez of the leftist Adelante Andalucía said, with Ciudadanos and the Partido Popular likewise issuing similar denouncements of the PSOE party's behaviour. José Antonio Griñán, who served as the PSOE's regional party premier in Andalusia between 2009 and 2013, has been given 6 years in jail, while his predecessor, Manuel Chávez, who was in power from 1990 to 2009, has been barred for public office for 9 years. And that is it from us at the Olive Press this week. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube, pick up our papers, and as always, pick up the phone, as we're here to campaign, serve, and inform you, the wonderful British expats, making a sunny life here in Spain. Thank you very much, and enjoy the weekend.